A boy stole a lesson book from one of his schoolfellows and took it home to his mother. She not only abstained from beating him, but encouraged him. He next time stole a cloak and brought it to her, and she again commended him. The youth advanced to adulthood, proceeded to steal things of still greater value. At last, he was caught in the very act, and having his hands bound behind him, was led away to the place of public execution. His mother followed in the crowd and violently beat her breast in sorrow, whereupon the young man said, "I wish to say something to my mother in her ear." She came close to him, and he quickly seized her ear with his teeth and bit it off. The mother upbraided him as an unnatural child, whereon he replied, "Ah, if you had beaten me when I first stole and brought to you that lesson book, I should not have come to this, nor have been thus led to a disgraceful death." Man, yo, this is Brother Hatim, and that is Aesop Fable. This is folk tales for grown folks, and that is one of my all-time Aesop favorites. I got many, but that is in the top 4 right there. One that deals with raising children. 2 that deals with placing blame. So I don't know which angle to hit it from. I'm gonna hit it from both angles. Let's do it like that. How you feel about that? Listen, first off, when we are raising children, when we take responsibility for somebody, and we care for them, and we see them doing wrong, and we don't correct them, we don't take some action, we don't warn them, we are enabling them to continue along the path of destruction. We empower them to do more. Now this mother she took a little bit step. She not only not told him it was wrong, she commended him when he brought something wrong to her. He would steal from other people, and it was cool as long as he was stealing from other people. But one thing that those of us that have been alive long enough is, if they will steal from somebody else, they will steal from you. All right, eventually. That's just the way of life. You know what I'm saying? As they say, there's no honor amongst thieves. And when I want it, I want it. I don't care who got it as a thief. You know what I'm saying? I have principles, but the principles I have are geared towards me becoming satisfied. And I notice this when I'm dealing with a lot of parents, especially a lot of parents, in the way that they encourage their child in some of the behaviors, because we just looking at the stealing. But what about the arguing with adults? What about the disrespecting the parent? What about just the constant fighting and disruptions that your child may be causing, that you are, in a sense, helping to empower them to do? As parents, we got to take the responsibilities as overseers of other people, and as advisors, as life advisors, as friends. We got to be bold enough to check people when they are doing wrong, if you care about them. Because if not, they will have a disgraceful death. It may not end up in the gallows like this young man, but on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? I mean, America is going in so many different directions. They might bring back the gallows if they ain't already hanging people. But also, we can look at this from another angle. Let's look at it from this adult boy who, even though did not get the proper raising, blames his mother for the situation he was in. He takes no responsibility. And he blames his mother for not beating him, because obviously you know what you're doing is wrong. So you call your mom and you bite her ear off because you want to blame her for all your L's, for all your ills in your life. And I see this a lot too, and doing some of the self-mastery training. A lot of us, we're looking for someone to blame. You know what I'm saying? Someone to blame. It can't be my. It can't be my fault. It's deeper than that. You don't even understand, brother Hatim. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. It's them. You know what I'm saying? We look for those people to blame our dysfunctions on, rather than facing our dysfunctions, rather than, in a sense, as I'm talking about on Give Yourself Permission, going to our 0 point and facing our demons. You know what I'm saying? Some of these demons, I ain't even gonna say some of them. All these demons are like scarecrows. They just look scary. But when you confront them, you see that they are absolutely powerless. And the only power that they have over you is the power that you give them. So rather than blaming others, yeah, others may be responsible for how you are, but how you stay is your responsibility. What you become is your responsibility, especially when you become an adult. You know what I'm saying? We have an opportunity like no other people at no other time in the world today. We can shape and mold who we are. We have more access to more information than any other group of individuals in the history of the world, as in mass. But yet we still blame others for where we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they played a factor. I'm not, and I don't want to take that away. And I don't, if you need that to lean on that. But what I'm asking you is, what are you doing to make your life different? Are you going to be like this boy? Keep on doing the things that you know are wrong. Keep on doing the things that you know are not bringing you any true profit. They're bringing you short-term profits. They're not bringing you long-term profits. Are you going to continue doing that when you know that you're wrong? And wait till you get caught and then want to hold everybody else accountable for what they did to you? Are you going to continue doing some of the things that you did because you was abused as a child? Are you going to continue doing some of the things you were doing because you was poor as a child? Are you going to continue doing some of the things that you know are not right, but yet when it's time to pay the piper, you want everybody else to feel responsible for you? Like for example, we go to some of these jails, you know what I'm saying, and we could see the guilt-laden mothers who are going to these prisons to see these boys who made decisions as full-grown men. We could see it in the parties. We throw bigger parties for people coming out of jail than we do for people graduating in some situations. You know what I'm saying? Like they went to jail as a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King or something, because we feel guilty and feel responsible for where they are when they make choices. This story teaches us that we all have choices. We have choices as parents, and as we become adults, as children, we have choices. And we have the information nowadays to make the choice. At least in that story, I know the story is over 2,500 years ago. He may have not had a choice. But today, oh my God, we have been blessed. I'm sitting talking to you right now on a computer that could fit in a little pack on my back. And with this little computer, I could get Wi-Fi from anywhere and talk to anybody anywhere on this planet. Almost. I could find out information that was not accessible to my grandfather. Hell, I could find information that was not accessible to my mother. That's how fast this technology is. I walk around with a phone where I could ask any question and get an answer. With a phone where I keep my whole library. And I want y'all to understand, I have a big music library You know what I'm saying? Or rather a playlist, you know what I'm saying? But it's big. You know what I'm saying? I could carry that in my pocket. I got at least 50 to 100 books on that I listen to. And I also have books that I read on my phone. I'm carrying all this in my pocket. And on my back, I got a little computer that I could carry around and do the same things. There's no reason in this world that we can't make changes in our lives. We do not, what we come from does not have to determine where we go. I'm sorry, I went off. This is Brother Hatim. I'm saying thank you for tuning in to Folk Tales for Grown Folks. It turned into give yourself permission for a second. I apologize for that, but you know, this is my story. This is oh my God. You share this story. You know what I'm saying? If you don't share this broadcast, at least share the story. I posted it up on my Facebook page. I posted it up on my Twitter. Share this story. And you know, and talk about this story, because I mean, Aesop be dropping it. Like I say, these folk tales aren't just for kids. That's why I call it Folk Tales for Grown Folks. This Brother Hatim saying peace. I pray that your day is as beautiful as you are, and I'm out.